Okay, so the video you just watched was about Montana and their new drag bill. Here I have two people with two very conflicting opinions, probably. Yeah, let's get into it. Micah, how did that make you feel?
So, drag queens, very controversial topic, especially in the Christian community, which I'm in. But just my opinion on it, I think that they are also people, and as such, they have rights. As you know, I disagree with what they do, but that doesn't mean I control what they do. And so, I mean, they should still be able to go read to people. I don't think children should necessarily have to be read to by them. It should be a choice.
It is.
And exactly that's the whole thing. It's a choice that the parents and the child makes.
These are voluntary activities.
Exactly, and so I don't see what the issue is. Should they be required and necessary, like the school system or something? Then I would have an issue with it. But I mean, it's just voluntary stuff. So I don't see why there's such a big issue with it.
I see.
Now, what is it that you don't agree that drag people do?
I just don't I don't like men or women or anything dressing up like that or doing what they do.
What is doing what they do?
They commit a lot of sexual immorality, according to the Bible. A lot of stuff like that.
That's an interesting.
View.
What do you mean sexual immorality? I genuinely don't know what you're referring to.
Okay, so like twerking on people before they're married, having sex before they're married. You know the drill. So.
Micah, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been to prom?
I have.
I saw you at prom.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw both of you at prom.
I saw you too.
Well.
What?
I'm just. Sexual immorality is twerking. And I know that's not what you mean, but that was like the image.
No, like, yeah, that's not what I mean. What I mean is like performing a sexual act before you're married. That's sexual immorality.
Okay.
Even the Bible goes further and even says in your head, should you do that? That's sexual immorality and lust.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Okay.
drag queens typically don't just go out and have sex.
Well, I know they perform in front of people from what I've seen, they perform in front of people in a sexual manner.
Is that sexual immorality? Because you just said twerking was not.
He said twerking was.
I said twerking was.
That's a very interesting perspective.
I
would like to have a further conversation about that. I can't include that in the video because it's not like that isn't part of it. Yeah, but that's genuinely very interesting.
Okay.
Perspective.
Why? What? I guess I can see how.
It's very interesting because I've never considered it that way.
Yeah.
I've never considered
twerking immorality.
Yeah.
I think in the 21st century that's a little different.
I think
a lot of people twerk nowadays.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me to see to believe that sex in any way is immoral.
Well, it depends on where you get your morals from. Really.
Exactly.
Like, so I get them from the Bible. It says it's immoral, so therefore it is immoral to me. Whereas you, I don't know where you get yours, but it's not from the Bible. So, it's moral for you.
Science usually.
Yes.
Personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I think drag queens should be allowed to do what every other person is allowed to do.
Yeah.
Like for one, anybody can go sign up to read to children. I mean, Donald Trump did it, right? I'm pretty sure he did it. One of the presidents did it. We even had the news band in our classroom recording us one time for the music class in Hope Elementary School. So I feel like if they're allowed to do it, then a drag queen should. Like, I don't feel like it's just a person dressed up as a character, and that character, I mean, they know that they're gonna go and be in front of kids, so I don't feel like they're dressed in such a sexual manner as they would for any other like adult performance, which like it even said in the news broadcast where they asked the person who like put the ban on it or something, they asked someone about it to show proof of where it was like a sexual costume, and he had no further comment. So
I agree with you, but the children shouldn't have to. If the parents don't want them to, then they shouldn't have to go and even listen to a book being read by them.
well, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the same.
But that's the same with everybody.
Yeah, I feel like that's the same way. Like
The parents
some
are
people-
notified, and then if they don't want them to, then
Yeah,
they can
like
be
some
opted out.
people don't like Van Dan, and they had the option to turn that down. I
Yep.
mean, some people don't like the presidents.
Yep.
So, I mean, they have the option to turn it down. So I feel like it's kind of the same.
So how do you think Montana was able to pass this bill?
Because Montana is not supportive of the LGBTQ. I feel like that's definitely, they're trying to block that from being shown because they feel like it can further, I guess, up it with kids.
Mm-hmm. There was a specific Republican representative that stated that drag queens dress half naked reading to kids. That was his reason. And when asked
Yeah, that's
To-
what I was
to provide
referring
an
to
example?
earlier.
He
he
couldn't,
couldn't.
yeah. Yeah.
What do you think the grounds for this was? How constitutional is this?
I think
bill?
like it was
It's
very not
it's
constitutional.
not constitutional.
At all, because I mean, everybody has the right to be themselves and speak.
We don't though. That's
It's-
not protected in the Constitution. Free speech, yeah.
Free speech is.
To be yourself, freedom of expression,
No,
that's not protected
That's
within
not
the
protected.
Constitution.
I think it should be protected. I mean,
Well, when the Constitution was created, expression was mostly two sides. You had women and you had men, and so now that those grounds are kind of being grayed, you have more expression, you have more emotion, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And with a 200-year-old Constitution, it's not prepared for that. It doesn't have any grounds for that.
then I feel like as people, we should realize, hey, this Constitution ain't working no more. Maybe we need to fix it a little bit.
And that's grounds of revolution.
Yeah.
Interesting. And I think that's a wonderful place to end this segment. On to the next video.